Okay, let's start with the nation. Akeredolu, why APC must rotate power to retain power. New investor takes Union Bank. Investors home, Buhari urges Nigerians abroad. APC convention, Oyegu panel yet to submit screening report. We have spent 43 billion on pensioners, says Yetola. Lagos to crush over 2,000 motorcycles. My tie with Hush Puppy by Abba Kyari. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Okay, so Governor Akeredolu, who is, I don't want to remember, is the chairman of the party's Convention Security and Compliance Subcommittee within the APC, was suggesting on his Facebook page that, you know, to keep power within the party, that's the APC, power must simply rotate. So after President Buhari is saying, simply pass it straight to the South, Shikina, those were his words, that, you know, without that balance of equity, things would always scatter, pata, pata. And then in the same story, they referred to the president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed's presidential ambition campaign around states. So he visited Calabar, he visited Governor Ayade, who is also a presidential aspirant within the APC. He visited Oyo, Ogun, and they made reference to a statement he made where he referred to how he made the Vice President Oshibajo Vice President, and also talked when he was in Ogun how he made the Ogun State governor. Now, if you remember the drama around how Governor Dapo Abiodun emerged in Ogun State, you would appreciate him reminding, because, you know, it's easier when you are benefiting from good to take it and forget. And it was quick of the governor of Ogun State, now this is my personal opinion, to quickly endorse somebody. It's also okay for you to say, don't forget, a good turn deserves another. That's simply what I see. I've heard, even at home and on radio, criticism about him making that statement. And I say, this is a difficult time. Nowadays, people don't remember easily where they, you know, when they help. But when you needed that help, you got it. And so it's always okay for the person to say, I deserve a good turn. Now I'm in need. Please pay it forward.
So I want to take the Abba Kyari stories because he's explaining his relationship with Hush Puppy. And what his lawyer said was, Abba Kyari, as a senior 7 police officer, was carrying out a sting operation. That the conversations he had with Rahman Olorunwa Abbas was in link with the 5 months ahead of his arresting operation that he was carrying out, and that the offense, there was no tangible offense to warrant his extradition, and that the extradition was not done in good faith or in the interest of justice. So this was his lawyer defending and countering the extradition moves. The defense is that it was part of a sting operation. The conversation was part of a sting operation. And we're waiting to see the response of, but it seems like the conversation, this story just changed. But
so yesterday, okay, go ahead.
So the president spoke yesterday in Madrid, the Spanish capital, during a meeting with some Spanish executives who have investments in Nigeria. And he was telling them and promising them of a safe Nigeria, a prosperous country, that they are trying as much as possible to ensure that we do not have issues of insecurity anymore, as one of the things he had promised in this administration. However, it's being, you know, sabotaged by a lot of smugglers who are fighting seriously to keep bringing in items into the country. Now, this particular meeting with the executives, they are the GB Foods. They grow tomatoes in Kebbi State, and they employ about 5,000 people in the country. So the president was saying that he has taken Nigeria as his home country. He's married to an African. He's been here. They've been doing business in this country since 1970s, and every of their products are homegrown. And so he needs all the support he can get from the president to ensure that they have a lot of security people protecting them. So the president also went ahead to assure Nigerians that he's going to protect local farmers and he's going to protect them against smuggling. The fight is that we are able to produce and eat what we produce instead of, relying on buying from the outside and importation.
Right, so yesterday was an emotional day because, if you recall, last year, December, we were notified by Titan Trust that they will be acquiring Union Bank. Well, yesterday it was finalized, and the former MD of Union Bank, Mrs. Beatrice Hamzat Bassi was giving her speech and said that they did everything within their power to reshape the bank. They had some significant investments in technology, hired some diverse hands, and they had a great workforce, first-rate governance structure, digitized the bank, introduced innovative products. However, she's wishing the new MD of Titan Trust Bank, Mr. Amre, success with the incoming board of directors. This is interesting because Union Bank is one of, like, I think it's the second largest bank, with first-generation banks, and having them been acquired by this new bank may be scary, but I think the transition is quite smooth. And they're also saying that the Union Bank abroad would also be divested and shared to the shareholders. So the Titan Trust is not taking over the banks in the UK and outside the country. So that will still be, well, we'll find out what's going to happen to those ones. But within Nigeria, there's a new MD, board of directors have taken over, and it's official now that Union Bank has been totally taken by Titan Trust. Let's move on quickly now to the Punch. I brought Buhari out of political retirement, assisted him to emerge presidency, Tinubu. US-based Nigerian kills self after shooting wife and grandmother. Outrage as lady dies after plastic surgery. Police seek information. Okada ban. Lagos crushes another 2,228 motorcycles today. Strike as visitation panels submit reports. Abuja fuels queues return third time in 2022. The motorists flee NNPC. And Union Bank CEO, others resign as Titan Trust completes acquisition. New terminal, foreign airlines reject federal government's relocation order. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Let me take the new airlines, because I've been taking aviation stories, and it seemed like we should have the Minister for Aviation needs to say a whole lot concerning the issues that are bedeviling this particular industry. So in this case, it's about the new terminal. The new terminal that we built based on loan from the Exim Bank in China, Exim Bank from China, and there's been complaints that the terminal does not have capacity to take very wide airlines, like the aeroplanes. So parking is tough for international foreign airlines, and we have foreign airlines such as British Airways, Emirates Airlines, Air France, KLM, Lufthansa are yet to relocate their terminal, even though they've been informed by FAN to relocate from the regular MMA to the new terminal. The FAN authorities are saying that this is nothing new. Even when the London terminal opened, when the London opened Terminal 5, it was difficult for people to move. It took 6 months, and that no airline can dictate to a country where they are operating how the country should run the business. But are the excuses valid? Is it true that it is difficult for big-bodied aircraft to park in the new terminal? If it is, those are the issues we should address, not just say, move there.
Okay. Punch, another story?
Yes, so a lady identified simply as Christabel, we took part of the story yesterday, died after surgery at the Sinosure Aesthetic Plastic Surgery Clinics in Mende, area of Maryland, Lagos. So she visited Mende for that plastic surgery, and she died as a result of complications. So I think most of the stories are on social media, where her friends were posting, saying that the management did not reach out to family members. It took a number of days before they even found out that the girl was there. They didn't deem it fit to reach out to family members. But the management has reacted.
Okay.
I want to quickly take what they have said. So they said after the surgery, first of all, she was properly investigated pre-surgery. Her blood level was adequate. Her renal and liver functions were normal. She was stable, doing well after the surgery, and was seen walking around, fully ambulatory. Video clips have been sent to family members. She was with us for 4 days. When the 4th day during the ward rounds, she was due to be discharged the following day. Then it was observed that she was symptomatically anemic, despite earlier interventions to prevent that. So they tried as much as possible to, get blood transfusion several times, but her body was rejecting it, and then she died of that complication.
What's the excuse of not telling the family?
Yes, so they didn't mention, but they said they had reached out, that the phone number she gave was not correctly written, and so they could not reach the next of kin. It took them a few more days before they found somebody, a third party, who was able to reach the family members.
I hope she signed the consent form, because the hospital
really sad.
I think they always do, yeah.
We have to go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our reviews. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Nima had a story?
Yes, the Okada ban. So the Director, Press and Public Affairs of the Lagos State Task Force, that's Badeyon Abdurrahim, in a signed statement disclosed that the task force will be crushing 2,228 motorcycles that were picked up from the 6 local governments where there was the ban on Okada riders. And he said that truly the compliance rate has been high and encouraging, but, you know, they cannot just trust these Okada riders and relax on their duty. So there will be major enforcement of the ban against Okada riders and, you know, crushing of their bicycles. And 18 suspected riders and passengers were arrested, and all of them will be prosecuted for violating the state laws.
So yesterday, the Queen Elizabeth II started the festivities towards the 70th year reign. I mean, 70 years. She started reigning when she was 25. I don't understand. This woman. I mean, her son looks like her father. You can see Prince Charles right next to her. So yesterday, they started the festivities at the Buckingham Palace. Unfortunately, she had a bit of discomfort, so they announced that she couldn't be attending the event, the lighting ceremony at the Windsor Castle in the evening, but so that she'd be strong enough for today's event at the Thanksgiving service. But she was flanked as usual at the famous balcony with the entire family while the parade was going on. They had all sorts of parade and mass and all that. It was pretty interesting to see, to watch. But it's a good thing to celebrate, and I know the whole of UK is standing still for these festivities at this time. Congratulations to the Queen.
I just feel for the son.
Yeah, Charles is looking older than his mother.
Yeah, on a journey that it seems you will never become the king.
I'm telling you, it's an interesting story.
Make him a mother.
No, it's not. The one could have stepped aside now.
You see, but the consistency of it, that okay, this is the rule. I was standing by it. You know that kind of thing. You know how...
Yeah, he cannot fight it.
He can't fight it.
Even though he wants
it. But it was in Africa. They'll find some clause. So they'll fight it.
Logic behind that, not stepping.
There's something, you know, these guys are consistent with the tradition. This is how it's done. Unfortunately, I can't become king.
It's a stronghold.
Now here. Yes, now, to serious, I would have rationalized it. Let's move on. I was going to take the UK guy that killed his wife.
The US-based Nigerian.
It was really, really sad. His name is Obinna Igbokwe. He had killed his wife and his mother-in-law at the time, and he ran away with his 3-month-old baby. So I guess when the police then found out where he was, I think they were able to spot him. So he dumped the baby in the car seat in somebody's car and then ran away. Of course, they traced him, and once he knew that they could find him, he just killed himself. But it's not really sure why he did that. But
that's the sad part. Yeah, so people.
Daily Sun, quickly. APC governors meet on Buhari's successor. Alleged 80 billion fraud. EFCC free suspended accountant general. Carlo appointed DG of Lawan campaign organization. Enugu Guba, Ekweremadu drops ambition. Zoning, consensus tear governors apart. Bomb blows up IPOB members in Imo. Okay.
So I have to just take this Kalu story. I'm really sorry. The way the politics of this country is going, we don't have a choice. We must get involved. So when Kalu, the former...
Oji
Uzo Kalu, the former governor, no, the chief whip, the chief whip, senator, yes, former governor and chief whip, or is now the director general of Ahmed Lawan's campaign. A northerner. And he released a press statement saying he is going to work with the campaign to deliver Lawan as the presidential candidate and bring cohesion within APC to the extent of delivering Lawan as the next president. I'm wondering why, we must call a spade a spade. What's going on in the southeast? What is going on in the southeast?
We already heard him. Remember he said it, that listen, I'd rather that if southerners can come out to say I want to run for president, they feel betrayed. So when you say that North he wants to go and support North. That's what he did. He said go and support the North. I'll go and work against the South.
The goal must be above selfish interest.
It's not selfish. You're not getting it.
The Southeast had an agenda. They begged for it. They said they cannot serve it a la carte. They should work for it. So they said, okay, now we too want to work for another region.
Simple.
So this one is a fair play. Two gave for. Council.
So in that light as well, the APC has been torn. Their members are splitting between different views. They've not been able to reach a consensus. So some are saying that if we really want to zone, and we're not looking at zoning to the southeast, then it must be the northeast, because they are the only ones as well that have not been given an opportunity. Others are saying that, no, we are going to open it. Anybody can get the ticket and be the presidential candidate. And so it's been, they had a meeting heads were locking. They were not able to reach any consensus, and they have said when the president comes back from Spain, we'll table it before him. Let's see how he can help us.
Okay, let's move on.
I wanted to take the Accountant General's release. So the EFCC granted the Accountant General.
You still the dancing. Any of
I just hope that it's not another scene two part of the series movie that we're watching. How they have released him, Sha.
Let's move on quickly now to Vanguard. 2023 polls how I made Oshibajo VP in 2015. Why Odige Oyegun's panel cleared Tinubu 22 others. There's really no other story in Vanguard.
Everything is going to end in by
this
3 more days to go. 3 more days.
Nigerian Tribune rotate power to South to retain presidency. Akeredolu tells APC. It is my turn. It is Yoruba's turn, says Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Primaries tension in APC over governor's plot to resist Buhari. Buhari must appease Fulani before leaving offices. Gumi. Okada ban. Commercial Cycle Riders Union sues Lagos State government. Families of Kaduna trained victims mark 65 days in captivity. EFCC releases Accountant General of the Federation on bail. Okay, which story are we starting with?
The Okada ban. The union called the Trustees of Motorcycle Transport Union of Nigeria, MTUN, and others have gone to court, asking the court to declare the ban illegal, unlawful, and unconstitutional within Lagos. No, it's the right thing to do. So if you have your grievances, go to court, so which is what they have done. Hopefully the court hears their case against the Lagos State government and declare something that can be legal. But that's the right thing to do. They've gone to court. Okay.
All right, so I was going to actually take a rejoinder quickly because I'm seeing an article here where Kalu is saying that he's not Lawan's DJ. I'll read the article. I'm trying to pull it up.
While you're trying, let me take this story. So the Nigerian Army yesterday said an improvised explosive device was allegedly planted by IPOB members, and that exploded and inflicted injuries on the militants. They said, according to the Army spokesman, Onyema Nwachukwu, he said the incident occurred along Eke Otutu, Osu Road, in Osu local government area of Imo State on Wednesday, and that the group have always been putting explosive along the roads to, fight the troops. And so they are trying as much as possible to get out some of those explosives. I think they had an altercation, and while the IPOB members were running away, where they ran into where they had put the explosives, according to the army, and that detonated, and, it was... it affected a few of them, and so they were injured. But now they are saying they are going to look through all the areas to be sure that there are no more explosives there so that they can take them out.
Okay, so Sheikh Gumi is speaking here that our president must appease the Fulanis before he leaves next year, May. According to him, he was saying this at an event held by the Mieti Allah. He was saying that those who are in the bushes are really aggrieved, and the president needs to put together a Ministry of Nomadic Affairs to interfere. According to him, he says that they have been wrongly demonized, alienated, saying that with dialogue and genuine commitment to peace, those who are engaged in kidnapping, banditry, which have complicated security, will be ready to drop their arms. And he's appealing that the children that are killing and kidnapping people open their doors freely to us when they visited because they heard they came to preach the gospel. So, according to him, these people can be appeased. These people can be spoken to, but they need to be, there's need for a dialogue. So he's insisting that the president must find a way to appease these people. And if the dialogue is the way, I think we should at least embrace them, because we have to stop this continuous killing and kidnapping.
Sorry, which of the people?
Banditry, the bandits.
Nigerians, or the ones that are coming from other countries?
So until you meet with them and dialogue, we don't know who they are. So I guess once they feel that there's some kind of commitment from the government to dialogue and to appease them, maybe they can have a conversation. Then we know that are you foreigners, are you Nigerians or not? Or then we now know what their needs are.
All about carrots and stick approach. I
Yes.
don't think that one thing would solve the problem, but we must be open to every aggrieved party within Nigeria, and there are several aggrieved people within Nigeria. The farmers are aggrieved; they cannot go to their farm. Food has become aggrieved. The students are aggrieved; they cannot go to school. So there are many aggrieved parties, and all of us should now have a ministry to address all the aggrieved parties. I think the president should just declare that before within the next 1 year, he's going to deal with all these issues. ASU will be back, bandits will be dealt with, IPOB will be dealt with, all the issues that Nigerians are facing, because we are all aggrieved.
Okay, so he said, no, so I'm trying to read from Oju's or Kalu's statement on his Facebook page. According to him, I think he was actually nominated. So he was nominated to be DG. He said that he was mentioned that the Director General should be disregarded as there was authorization for its publication. He also said that he could not have been appointed the DG of Ahmad Lawan's campaign since the Senate President has not emerged as the presidential candidate for APC. A committee will be inaugurated so it's still, I think it's just false statements according to you. Which paper carried it?
I took it from The Sun.
The Daily Sun. So maybe that's still, it's probably incorrect for now, and we'll see how that goes. This is according to this morning. This is big.
He did not say he's not going to do it, though. He just said that they don't have
nominated.
He's nominated.
Yes, and he hasn't accepted. And he's not yet the presidential candidate, so how can they become DG? Okay, let us, I think we're done. That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, move on to our hot topic of the day, or interesting topic of the day. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.